People have often called them the 7 last words of Lutheranism. We have always done it that way. Why do we make coffee in giant percolators that make it taste like something from a penal institution? There's only about 30 of us at coffee hour. It's not like we're making coffee for 200 people at a time, but we've always done it that way. Why do some churches have 3 purple candles and 1 pink candle in the Advent wreath? Well, because we've always done it that way. Even though the readings have changed for Advent and the colors of the candles have no particular meaning anymore. Why is Thanksgiving worship service in the middle of the morning when people are trying to prepare a meal or watch a parade or have a restful time with their family instead of having the worship the night before? Well, because we've always done it that way. Peter proves, however, that this problem is not inherent to Lutheranism. It is human nature to be settled and to have everything predictable. Children and adults want the same thing, and that is for things to be the same. And while that may be consistent with being human, it is not consistent with being a Christian. God takes Moses up on Mount Nebo to see the future. Things for the people of Israel are going to change, and they're going to change fast. New leadership, new people to conquer, new false religions to avoid, and Moses sees it all. He's not allowed to participate because of his lack of obedience when bringing forth water from the rock and taking personal credit for it. Moses was allowed to see the things that God was going to do, but not to participate. In the end, I don't know this from Scripture, but I'm guessing that Moses was okay with it. He goes to heaven, and Joshua gets stuck with the stiff-necked and rebellious people who reared their head every time God laid something new before them. They would rather go back to Egypt and be slaves, because at least that was familiar. Slavery was a known quantity. But this God is full of the unknown. So Jesus takes Peter, James, and John up on the Mount of Transfiguration to see the future. Jesus' future was not as rosy as Moses' was. Moses is headed for the real promised land. Jesus is headed for crucifixion and damnation. Yet both futures are dynamic, and both require the followers of God to be very flexible and to adjust. Things were going to change, and they're going to change fast. They could not stay the way they were. Peter voices our hope. Come on, Lord. Let us build some tents right here and settle down. This is great. Let's just find a nice place to sleep and we can just live up here. Peter wants things to stay the way they are, and who can blame him? He has a great group of friends, a kind and loving rabbi who provides for all his needs, love and respect for many because of his master. I want to keep my life static too. And don't we do the same thing as Peter? How often do we really consider the things that we do as a church in light of reaching people who do not know Christ? Now, we are all for evangelism. All for it. As long as 2 things are true. 1, nothing I like changes. And 2, I don't have to do it. But folks, if we keep doing the things the way we've always done them here at Trinity, we will be a statistic in about another 25 years. We will be selling this facility to some big, probably Hispanic Bible church so that we can downsize to something that fits us. We won't be able to afford regular pastoral ministry, so we'll hire a retired pastor to come in on Sundays and make a few hospital calls for us. Confirmation and youth ministry won't be an issue because there won't be any kids. And we can just keep right on doing everything just the way we've always done it, so that we are not burdened or inconvenienced. And we'll be a statistic. Another big mainline church that died. And you all know what we need. We need to finish that Trinity Center and staff it so that we can reach out to our community with something as simple as fresh coffee and a pastry and a safe place to meet together as neighbors. We need a youth room finished and furnished. We need a youth kitchen completed. We need a bus for transportation for our kids and for our senior citizens. We need a director of evangelism who will step out with new ideas and a committee that will support him. We need you to get out of your tents and be prepared to do something you've never done before. And we can all whine all we like, but Jesus is never going to allow us to build tents and just relax in them. It's not consistent with the Christian life. The Lord did not lead our forefathers to build this magnificent facility to be our palace in which to relax, nor our bunker in which to hide from the world, but as a base camp from which to launch the gospel into an unknowing and unbelieving world. 50 years ago, when this place was built, well, we lived in a happy little Christian wonderland, but no more. Now we are an outpost. And there is work to be done, and people to be taught, and hungry to be fed, and children to be nurtured. And our goal in this place is not comfort, but mission. We are called not to do things the way we have always done them, but to do things we have never done before. So buckle up, pull your lap bar firmly towards you, and keep your hands and feet inside the right at all times, because it's going to be wild for the next few years. We're standing on the top of the Mount of Transfiguration, and we're looking down into the world. And we're very close in some respects. We're very close to having that Trinity Center remodeled and being ready to host our community. We have a director of the Trinity Music Center, Taylor Oakey, a young man just graduated from Elmhurst College with big dreams and fire in his belly. We have committed leadership. We have enough money to get started. But now we have got to move off the dime and unfearingly step forward as God's people, being evangelists in this world. We are going to wipe out the 7 last words of Lutheranism and embrace all that we have never done before, because that, my friends, is where Jesus is leading us. Right into the heart of the undone, the untried, the unknown. And He will be with us the entire way and will bless us beyond belief.